Hi everyone, it's Tatiana from Tatiana's Everyday Food and welcome back to my kitchen. So on a previous episode, I shared a Ferrero Rocher inspired chocolate and hazelnut cake, which has had great reviews, and I've also had tons of requests to make a Raffaello inspired cake as well. So today we're doing just that. I'm gonna show you how to make an almond flour cake layers. We're gonna fill the inside with coconut and sweetened condensed milk and top everything off with the coconut buttercream. I love how simple and delicious this cake is, so let's get started and I'll show you just how easy it is to make. Our first step is to whisk our eggs until they're really light and fluffy. So into my mixer bowl, I'm gonna add 4 large eggs, 3/4 cup of white granulated sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract for a little bit of flavor. I'm gonna turn on my mixer to high speed, and you wanna mix the eggs until they're very light and fluffy. I've transferred my whisked eggs into a glass bowl just so you guys could see the texture. And now I'm gonna add my butter. So I have 1/2 cup of semi-melted butter. Pour that right in. I'm gonna use my spatula and just gently fold it in. And now for my dry ingredients, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna give all this a good mix until it's well combined. I'm gonna sift in my flour using a fine mesh strainer. I'm just gonna sift in a little bit at a time and fold that in very gently. I'm gonna add my flour alternating with 1 cup of coconut milk, and this is the full fat version. I like how creamy and thick it is. I'm gonna pour in a little bit at a time. Fold that in. So you want to just alternate between the flour and the coconut milk until you have all the ingredients combined. Today I'm going to be using 2 8-inch cake pans that I've lined with parchment paper, and you want to have your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So once you have your cake batter ready, go ahead and divide it between the 2 pans. And then you want to bake in the oven until the top is completely set. And you can always check if it's ready by inserting a toothpick into the center. So while our cake layers are cooling, we could start working on the frosting. So I have 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm gonna place that into my mixer bowl along with 1/2 cup of softened butter. And I'm just gonna whisk the 2 on high speed until they're really light and fluffy. Next, I'm gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract for some flavor. And we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of the same coconut milk that we used earlier. Just pour that right in. It's gonna add lots of that coconut and tropical flavor to our frosting. Just give that a mix. And now my frosting is ready for the confectioner sugar. So I'm gonna add in a few cups of that. While you're mixing your frosting, don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl pretty often so you get all that butter and cheese incorporated. And last, our filling. So today I'm using 1 cup of shredded unsweetened coconut, and I picked it up at Trader Joe's. I'm gonna add in my sweetened condensed milk. Pour it right over the top. And then just use my spoon to coat all that coconut. And now we have everything ready to decorate our cake. So for the first step, I'm gonna add a small amount of my frosting right onto the first cake layer. Take a flat spatula and just spread it evenly to the edges. Next, I'm gonna add my coconut and sweetened condensed milk filling. So just drop that right on top, and then just use a spoon and spread it evenly to the edges. And this is gonna give the cake so much coconut flavor, and it's such a delicious treat on the inside of any cake. And I'm gonna top off the cake with my next cake layer. And then I'm gonna just finish everything off with another layer of my frosting on the outside. So you just take a spatula and seal off the edges so we seal in all that coconut on the inside. Just use a spatula and straighten off the top and the sides here. And I'm gonna leave the cake with just a minimum amount of frosting on the outside just to give it that nice rustic open style look. I'm gonna garnish the top of the cake with some toasted coconut pieces. So you can toast your coconut, just place it onto like a baking sheet and turn your oven on to 350 degrees. And And then just bake it until it reaches your desired color. And take it out and just let it cool off in the pan. I transferred my remaining frosting into a small pastry bag. I'm gonna add just small little dollops of frosting, and these are gonna keep our candy pieces in place, so you don't need too much. Just place it right on top. So you just wanna top them off, just place it right in the center of each one, just like so. And that's it for a Raffaello inspired cake. So once you have it assembled, you want to place it in the refrigerator and let it hang out there for a few hours so that cake and the frosting can come together nicely. And now it's time to give it a try. And I love that you can actually smell the coconut aroma coming from the cake. It's so elegant and it's simple and just even smells good. So that's a good sign. Get a little piece of that. And I love that toasted coconut on top. All the flavors in this cake are phenomenal. You guys are gonna love the combination of the almond cake layers, which are so perfect. They're very, very moist. I love that flavor from the almond flour and that hint of coconut from the coconut milk that we added in there. It's perfection. And that filling is so, so good. I love the chunks of coconut, and that sweetened condensed milk has just the right amount of sweetness. And the coconut buttercream really finishes everything off. Next time you're looking for a coconut flavored cake, give this Raffaello inspired cake recipe a try. You guys are gonna love how simple it is. It's uncomplicated and it tastes so, so good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video recipe. Don't forget to share with all your family and friends, and I'll see you guys next time.